Good afternoon from the gorgeous Gold Coast. Once again, struggle, hard times, adversity, asking questions, split between our soul, between understanding why are things the way they are? Why does this happen to me? How come I struggle? Where do I fit in here? Why don't I like myself? How come everybody is against me? Why do people do the things they do to me? I can't get a break in life. Life is really unfair. If it wasn't for this person or that person, things wouldn't happen to me. We've all heard it. Once upon a time in our lives, we all go through what I just mentioned. And what are we left with? We're left with the same person we have always been left with. And that person tends to get lost as we get older. And that is that innocent person within our soul that is trying to do our best in a life that is so challenging. We struggle to get a grip on why things happen and what is our purpose in this life. Well, if somebody really knew what the purpose was to life, then there would be no purpose in a life, I don't think. What would you have to live for? You would know it all. And the beauty of our lives is the unknown and the mystery. That's what keeps life exciting. If you want to look at it from that perspective, or you can look at it from the perspective of struggle, why me? I can't seem to get a break. The world's against me. Every single reason we can come up with why we don't achieve or why we don't do things in our lives. And you get away from the mystery of not knowing why events happen to all of us in our lives. Nobody's excluded when it comes to struggle and heartache in all our lives. The only thing that excludes us from that is our independence of it, our self-centeredness. We think we're the only ones that experience hardship. We are so self-absorbed in our own self that we can't see beyond the horizon of the bigger picture in the world. And there is a bigger picture. There's people dying in the Ukraine at the moment. There's people starving in Africa. There's people living on the streets. There's babies being taken away from their family as I speak. There's adversity and struggle beyond what we can comprehend here in Australia. But it's easy not to think about that. And we can think about ourselves all the time. And I'm not saying we shouldn't think about ourselves, because we need to get through our problems. And problems are a direct correlation with our own selfishness. Selfishness to seek a new way. That's one way we're selfish. Not being open to other people's knowledge. Not being open to listen to others. Not being open to be motivated to learn about your struggles. To watch things on YouTube about struggle and heartache and what other people have gone through, and learn to support all of us when we go through our struggles in our lives. There's a lot of benefits of struggle. Lots of benefits in struggle. Struggle gives us an opportunity to become better, to learn from our mistakes, to take accountability for ourselves, to take responsibility for our decisions and our choices that we all make that leads us into trouble. There's no reason or person or situation when you learn about your true struggle and heartache that you can fall on as a justification to give the reason why you unluckily end up in situations that are tough. When you learn that struggle has come to you for you to learn responsibility and accountability, you will go beyond blame. You will go beyond reasons outside of yourself, and hopefully you will take stock of your part to play in struggles in your lives. And that's, I believe, the greatest gift any human can be given through heartache and struggle, is to evaluate your own feelings and emotions with accountability. That is true purpose in struggle. If there is to be a purpose in struggle in all our lives, it is lying in that accountability for what we're doing. If we don't find purpose in the struggle, then those struggles will keep coming back and keep coming back, and they won't go away. I'm sure you can relate to continuously tripping over the same problems all the time. Bad relationships, bad job choices, bad friendships. They only keep coming back because the learning has not been taken away. And to learn, we have to take accountability for what we do. And when we take accountability, we will be given other struggles but it won't be the same struggles that you had. You evolve from past struggles, so you should. Life is really like a ladder. How far do we want to go up the ladder determines on our accountabilities for our struggles. From when we start to take accountability for them, all the way through to our death. When we overcome the problems in our past, other problems will come. But when you realise that these problems are learning curves, they don't become problems anymore. They become evaluations of learning how to evolve and how to overcome whatever you attempt to change or what you're not happy with in your life. And you go to the next level, and then you go to the next level. But if you don't want to go up a level in your life, keep blaming. Keep not taking accountability for yourself. Keep giving reason for why life is hard all the time and why you can't get a break. You know the reason why. It's the lack of accountability and the responsibility that you need to learn in your life. When we understand what I'm saying, we can start moving out of past struggle and learn that those struggles was a teaching that you needed to learn in your life. Life then becomes meaningful, not without struggle, not without challenges. But we need these challenges and we need these struggles. Through that process, you definitely build self-esteem, and that's where confidence lies. We all want confidence, but not all of us are prepared to take accountability to get that confidence through our lives. So try to take responsibility for the small things that you're struggling with. It may be you're not fitting in with your friends. But what part are you playing with that? There's something in there for you to learn from. Are you showing up enough with your friends? Are you telling your friends how you feel? Are you staying connected to that relationship? Are you reaching out to them and not avoiding them? Are you making the effort to say what you feel in the relationship with your struggles? Any relationship requires a person to show up, be that friendship, loving relationship, anything. But that's just an example. You got to show up with your problems. But start somewhere and take responsibility for your problems. If you don't like your work, have a look at your situation, why you don't like your work without blame. Have a look at your own ability, why you won't move away from that work. Have a look at your fears. You're drinking too much. Have a look at it. Seek help. Take accountability for it. Do something about it. Stop blaming. If you're a struggling parent, don't blame your kids. It's not your kids' faults that you're struggling with them. As a parent, you're responsible to stand up to the plate and take accountability in that relationship. If you're not taking accountability in that relationship by showing up with your kids, you're not actually in the relationship with them. They're just a couple of little examples, but whatever it is, start learning from these struggles in your life. Seek help. Find the part in it that you can identify that you have a shortcoming and work on that. That's growth. That's what you want. That's the good stuff. That will build confidence. Enormous confidence. So have a good day, and there is gifts in struggles if you're prepared to own your life and own every part of your life. And remember, life is like a ladder, and when you take accountability for your struggles, you can go up a notch. But hey, sometimes you've got to go back to clean it up. And when you start going back to clean it up and take accountability for your part in everything that's happened, then you can start moving out of that. God bless you now, and you take care and have a great Monday. Look after yourself.